In this lecture, I will explain the minimum spanning tree. So we know that this is a graph. You can see my cursor. This is a graph, right? And we represent this graph as g equals to v comma e. Here v is representing the vertex and e is representing the edges, right? So by using this graph, uh, first of all, you know that graph can be directed graph or undirected graph. So here there is no arrow or no direction, so that's why this is undirected graph. While a graph can have some direction, so that will be the directed graph. In a real lecture of DFS and VFS, we have seen that we have given some direction of the traversal, or we have given the direction of adjacency, so you can consider that one a directed graph. So here in this case, this is an undirected graph, right? Here the undirected graph may have many spanning tree. So basically spanning tree is also like a tree. So if we are, so you can see over here in this graph, this is one area where a loop is there, or where one closed curve is there, or like a loop is there, you can consider. So if that loop is there, we can remove any one of the edge from this, so that will be converted into the tree, right? So if we have removed one edge from here, so that will be converted to the tree. Or if we remove this edge, then this will be the tree. If we remove this edge, then this will be the tree. So every tree is a spanning tree, right? So in this case, by using this graph, I can make these three spanning trees, or these three, every tree is called as a spanning tree, right? And if you see this graph, and on this graph, on average there is a number, right, or any real number, so that is representing the weight of a graph. So if I say that this is 10, I can say that for reaching from A to C, my cost is 10. Similarly, from reaching D to E, my cost is 23, and so on. So accordingly, the weight is given or cost is given. You can consider this one as a cost or weight, like this. So if such type of scenario is there, you can call it the weighted graph, right? And if we convert this weighted graph into the trees, right? So possibly we will be removing one or two or more number of edges from that graph, so that will be converted into the tree. So here you see this weighted graph converted into the tree, right? This particular uh, this particular edge has been removed, right? So this is tree is there. Similarly, if I remove this edge, then this tree is there. Similarly, if I remove this edge, then this tree is there, right? So by removing different edge, a different tree is there, and similarly I can count the weight. So here in this case, the weight will be 42, 52, 62, 70, like this weight something 74, right? Similarly, this weight is 71 or 72. So if we are removing different edge, so the weight will be the different, right? Now you see, if you are having three trees of from this graph, right? Everyone and the weight are 71, 72, 74. Now the minimum weight is 71. You see over here, the minimum weight is 71, right? So if this minimum weight is 71 from the possible trees, then I can say that this tree is having the minimum cost. So that's why this is minimum spanning tree, right? So in this way, I can consider any tree which is having a minimum weight. So that is a minimum spanning tree. Here in this example, so this tree 2 can be called as the minimum spanning tree because the cost of this tree is the minimum from the possible tree developed from this weighted graph, right? So that's why this is the minimum spanning tree. Now we talk about a condition where like you see this is a weighted graph, right? And if we have made two trees, right? These are the two trees, right? And these like these both of these tree are having the same cost. If you will see this cost, cost is 2467 plus 2 plus 1, right? So here also 24 plus 67 plus 2 plus 1. So if you see, the both of the tree are the different, both trees are the different, but the cost is the same, and that cost is the minimum, right? If you find a weighted graph and if you are able to make more number of tree which are having the minimum cost, right? So these all will be called as the minimum spanning tree. So in this case we can say that these two are the minimum spanning tree. However, minimum spanning tree can be one, two, or more, but you have to see that all the minimum spanning tree will be having the same cost, and that cost will be the minimum. So if you are finding, if you are able to make a tree which is having the minimum cost, right, and if the if such multiple trees are available and the cost of all the trees are the same and minimum, then all these will be the minimum spanning tree. So the minimum spanning tree can be 1, 2 or 3, can be any number, that will depend on the situation. So this is all about the minimum spanning tree. Now we will discuss two types of minimum spanning tree, that is a prism using the prism algorithm and Kruskal algorithm. So in next class I will discuss the prism algorithm and Kruskal algorithm.